There's a moment in a parent's life that is absolutely astounding for the parent. It's when their child says their first word. It is that exact moment when they say mama or dada. That is the moment in a parent's life that is a monumental thing. A lot of people have a yearning for family as they get older. They get nostalgic. They get scared that they won't have that family in the future, so they make a family of their own. Sometimes it's in friends, sometimes it's in coworkers or community. We crave for that community. But there's a special connection with a child because it's half you and half the person you decide to lay with. It is still you. You see this child, and some mothers get resentful, and some fathers get excited, and some fathers get angry because they had a daughter and they wanted a son, or they're super excited because they get to raise a daughter and they're so excited about it. There's so many different reactions to having that said child. But that initial moment when a child learns how to speak and can articulate its wants and needs, when it's learning the pathos of, I want this, no, yes, I need this. That's a horrifying reality, I think. It's a horrifying reality for the simple fact of, what does it mean for the future? I hate the idea that we can talk. I hate the fact that it makes us feel like we are better than thou and holier than everything around us. It makes us feel like, well, ants can't communicate through speech, and, well, you can teach an ape sign language, but he can't question why. It's agitating to see all these things happen, that we are losing a core piece of who we are when we dehumanize something else. Dehumanization is a technique that a lot of people use to make themselves seem better in a situation or to other animals. We as humans want to seem like we are higher than animals, so we dehumanize other things. Oh, that animal is not like us. We are above animals. We have morals and community and religion. A duck doesn't know about God. That bear can never praise Allah. You will never see that happen. However, there's this disconnect when it comes to us between nature when that happens. So we disrespect nature in that aspect. And I think it starts with speech. I think it all started with the ability that we have to communicate with each other. With speech, we gained an extra layer of communication outside of just facial expressions. We have gained something deeper than just using facial expressions to guess how people feel. We have gained something beyond our eyebrows, which are mainly used for nonverbal communication. We have gained something more than writing. We've gained writing in itself. We have gained alphabet and language. We've gained more than grunts, more than specific sounds. We have specific ways our mouth forms, speech impediments for how things go. We have so much. We have different languages so we can communicate in different ways, and it would be easier if we all had one language, wouldn't it? It'd be great if we could all just go and understand one big language. It would make every communication so much better. But even with language, we still have so many miscommunications between each other, because language is a tool used to manipulate as well. I think that the base understanding of how language operates and how it started is a fundamental problem with humanity. I have often said that the American Sign Language should have used that. We should have used the American Sign Language, revamped it, made a whole new sign language system so that that could be the one language everybody knows. I don't even know how American Sign Language works. I know that it's American Sign Language because it's ASL, but there are different kinds of sign language. I feel like if everybody learned just sign language, it would be easier to communicate even if you don't know what someone's saying. There'd be no room for misinterpretations. But because language is incomplete somehow in some areas, and some languages aren't fully fleshed out, there are certain words that don't exist for certain things. English has a bunch of other language words like voila. Voila is not an English word. Voila is something that is from another language. There are so many missteps when it came to creation of humanity, but I think that's the beauty of humanity as well. But I feel like speech shouldn't exist. I feel like if we could just understand each other in a more direct way than speech, because people often say what you mean, but then there's misinterpretation with say what you mean, and that is an issue. I want people to have the freedom and expression of what they want deeply within their chest and their soul. The only thing I'm good at is talking. I'm so subpar at cooking. I am horrifyingly bad at running. I am not good when it comes to playing video games. But when it comes to talking, presenting, putting myself out there, allowing people to hear my voice, I am astounding at that. It is the one thing that I have honed to perfection in every sense of the word. It is the only thing that I truly feel is important in all of my existence. my ability to communicate. That leads me to get into arguments with people, but as long as I can maintain my same speech pattern and vernacular, as long as I can maintain the same consistent flow and not lose my temper, more often than not, I can get people to see my side. I can get people to understand me when they wouldn't have understood me before. In my past, I have had many people come up to me and seek me as a mediator of resolutions in their lives. Even currently now, my mother calls me and she says, "Could you speak to me?" And I say, "You should really get a therapist for this." She says, "No, I need to speak to somebody who understands me and knows me already." My father comes to me with his issues and he tells me all the small minutia of everything that's going on in his life. It's deep and it hurts when I hear him speak about things that are going on in his life and his soul. And hearing my father, somebody that I looked up to, somebody that I worshipped when I was younger, go through such a hardship and a hard time, it's devastating to see that. It ruins me in some ways because I don't know how to react to it all the time. I don't know what it means for him. It's scary. And I want this to be said. Speech is great, but speech is a tool used to manipulate. Speech is a tool used to encourage. Speech is a tool that some people aren't confident in. Would reality be better if we just couldn't speak? I think about this all the time. I think about, well, what if I didn't have the option to speak? What if I just stopped? What if I didn't have this burden upon my soul and my chest? What if I didn't have this? I get scared all the time that people are going to misinterpret me or twist my words. And with the advent of AI, everybody is using speech for malicious things, to make song covers that aren't even the people's voices, to ruin people's reputations, to destroy them, to tear them out, to chew them out. And it's scary. It's scary because it's not real. It's not a real human connection. Even that in itself is a state of dehumanization. We humanize things to sympathize with them. It's what humans do. It's our favorite thing to do. We put meaning into the meaninglessness. This is a very important water bottle to me. Why is this important to me? Well, because my mother gave it to me. And my mother gave it to me before she passed away. So this water bottle has human emotion in it to me, because when I drink from it, it reminds me of my mother. I've attached nostalgia to this item. Despite the fact that it is inanimate, it does not mean anything. It is moments like those. It is moments in those capacities where we put humanization into things. From the moment we see that child say mama or dada, we know that the child will soon understand what it means to talk. It'll be able to articulate, and it will become more of a human than what it once was, because it has the ability to speak. We have this deep need inside of our body for community, and it's something we all love. When we don't have community, we go a little bit crazy. When you have to make your own schedule for things, when you gain that immense freedom, you go a little bit insane. Trust me, I know. And when you don't have the ability to vent and say your frustrations, you begin to cannibalize the love that you have for yourself and love you have for humanity into other more ridiculous things. I love existing. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love living this beautiful life. I love living this beautiful lie. But I think speech is holding us back somehow. I wish there was a way I could communicate with you without you having to listen. I wish I could toss aside my mouth, get rid of my language, and just tell you, without telling you, how I feel. How do you think wolves love each other, or apes, or giraffes, or elephants? How do you think plants love each other? It's nonverbal communication. And that is what I wish we had with humanity. Should we get rid of our ability to speak? I don't know. But I keep thinking about it all the time. And it weighs on my mind heavily and deeply. I'm sad now. If you know what that means, say it back, even if you have to type it out. Because you're typing it, you're not saying it. I'm proud of you for existing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking things out. And I'm gonna go make some food. I'm out. Peace. Bye.